Hey guys, so I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about a journey. Now, my personal journey. So, where I am today, I've literally never in my life had a job that I've been so happy with until where I am now. I didn't realize at all that I was so not miserable. I wasn't miserable. I just wasn't fulfilled at all where I used to be compared to where I am today in any way, shape, or form. Seriously. It took me through so many just obstacles and people trying to shut me down and shut me off and trying to break me so many times throughout the years and career opportunities for me to really understand I just wasn't good at what I was doing and I didn't realize it and I never ever saw myself doing anything else because I didn't realize that I just wasn't good at that specific job. Anyway, so when I left school, because I was so passionate about movies and I always have been, I thought I wanted to become an actor. Because when I was in school, I literally had no clue at all. I did not have ambitions. I just really didn't know what I wanted to do for a career move. I had no idea. No one painted that picture for me. What I did know is I loved people. I love communicating with people. I always have. I've always had a passion, so deep passion for communicating with people. So when I left school, I was like, okay, when I was in school, I found this thing about what actors made, and it was like, I don't know, I think it was like $500 or something like that a week or something, yeah, or something. And in my mind, I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. Like that's pretty decent. That's an honest earning. And so I was like, yeah, all right, I reckon I could be an actor. I was testing the waters. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Anyway, so one of the things that I discovered when I was in school is I found that the options and the things, because of the where I lived in a really small town. I mean, a really small town. In fact, I've been back to that town, and my parents still live there, and there's just nothing there. Like there's just nothing there. The rate of unemployment is just, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be the highest in Australia of where the town was, because there was so many people living there, yet there was just nowhere to work. So most of the people there when I grew up was on Centrelink, the dole, whatever you want to call it. And I never realized that there was a specific pocket of career that I wanted to be in, and like a job. I never realized, because that wasn't optional for for the situation that I was in. So I just went to the best thing. And when I left school, I started doing acting careers, and I did little jobs here and there, like just little cafe jobs and stuff like that, literally just to pass time, just for money. Literally, it was nothing. But I never realized on the journey where I was really happy. Like I could always find happiness here and there and do other things, but I was never really like happy with anything that I was doing. So I went through this agency, and they were like, okay, enough's enough. You've been on the dole too long, Centrelink, whatever you want to call it. You've been on it too long, and unemployment benefits too long. We need to lock you in to this course. And little did I know that it was actually a progress thing to get you to just anything, like literally. As soon as something came along, it was it. Finally, they opened up this window of working in a warehouse. Now, remember, I was unemployed. I've been unemployed. I had been unemployed since I left school, and I didn't even know how long. Well, I had little jobs here and there, but nothing at all concrete at all. I mean, it was nothing that really set me in and made me go, yeah, okay, this is what I want to do for a living. So, I thought to myself one day, okay, I really need to get serious about this. I really need to get serious about this. So I went to this interview, and all of a sudden they came up with this job at first I didn't realize it was working in a warehouse. I think it was City Beach, and I lost my mind. I was so happy. I was so ridiculously happy. I wanted to work at City Beach. I didn't care where it was. I just wanted to work at City Beach because of the fact that I hadn't actually worked like actual work. Like I literally had to get up early, and it was all the way in the city, like literally, like right in the city, and I was living at Redcliffe, so it was ages away. It was ages away. I cannot tell you how long far away it was, but I was desperate. I needed work, and I needed it badly. I never realized in the journey of one of my first days, probably the first week I was working there, I didn't eat, and because my body wasn't ready for work yet, and so I wasn't eating properly, and so I just went to work, and I felt sick. I felt sick a few first mornings there, purely because I hadn't eaten, because my body wasn't used to this regimen, this routine. Anyway, I can't remember how long I worked at that place. I feel like it was 5 years. I feel like it was. And at that point, as I said, it was my first real job. So I didn't realize, one, I've always been bad with numbers. I'm not good with numbers. There's a lot of people out there that aren't, but especially with counting. And I was working literally on a bench counting clothing or counting shirts and all this sort of stuff. And I was so bad at it, man, alive. I was so bad at it. When it came to counting the little nitpicky stuff, like the jewelry and stuff, one day we had to do this count. And they're like, oh, there should be X amount, and let's count. And I literally, in my mind, I just totally lost count. Oh, I screwed that up so bad. I'll never forget how bad I screwed that up. Wow, I screwed that up so bad. Anyway, throughout the years, I didn't realize what was happening, but they were trying to get rid of me. They were literally, we had a few managers go through that warehouse and stuff like that, and then we moved into a bigger warehouse, and it was a flaming massive warehouse compared to the original one. This big one, and I actually think they've expanded since then. But this new warehouse was literally all three warehouses combined into one. So it was mammoth. It was ginormous. Anyway, I didn't realize that I wasn't good at it. I really wasn't good at it. I can't remember what the job that I did after that though. I can't remember. But again, I think it was warehousing because I wasn't qualified. And before I go on with my story, guys, I just want to say, if you have the ability to get qualified into something today, stop stopping and go. Go and get qualified. Go and get qualified for something that you really are passionate about. If you don't know what your passion is, try something. Because if you don't continue to try different things, you're never going to find it, and that's the worst part, is never finding your core value of your real true love, because you need to find it. Anyway, on with my story. So I believe after that I had a couple of retail jobs, and I wanted to do retail because I loved dealing with people. That was my core thing. It was my core. I've always loved people. If you meet me on the street, if you're like, hey man, how you doing? I just turn on. I literally just turn on because I really value I love it so much. I love greeting people. I'll walk past a lot of my subscribers on this channel. You know me. You know me. You know you've been following my movie reviews, but you know who I am as a person. You know that I. You see me like, hey, how you doing? I love a chat. I love to see how you're going because I'm genuinely interested in saying hi. Literally, I actually want to know how are you? What's going on? And I've always got a little story to tell, or even listen to you tell a quick story. I love it. It's just such my passion. Anyway, so I was working in retail every now and again, and one day I was working in a retail store, and the manager, I'm not going to drop names, but he was, I'll never see this, but he was a jerk. Oh gosh. Wow, was he a jerk to me? Wow, he was a genuine jerk to me. There was something about his nature that he was just a really, 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 I guess the word's bitter. He was just a real jerk. Anyway, whatever. One day I was working at that place and they got me to work at another store for like a week or so. And because I didn't know things where anything was in that store, like I wasn't trained that well, I went back and I screwed up real bad. And that was their, yeah, okay, we can lock him in with this and then we can let him go. Anyway, I've never in my life, and I think that was the first year I was married. I believe that was the first year I was married. So I literally would go home, literally, most nights of working there, and wail my eyes to sleep. Literally. I hated it so bad because I was treated like absolute crap. I was so just trying to be happy. I was trying to be happy and they were treating me like scum of the earth and I didn't know what else to do. So I just didn't know where to go from there. And anyway, they finally let me go. They fired me and I had this weight lifted off of my shoulders and I'll never forget that feeling. This massive weight lifted off my shoulders and it was incredible. It was the most amazing. I just felt free because I didn't want to quit because if I quit, then I'd have nothing to fall back on. Anyway, I can't remember what I did before that, but I need to back up. I just realized I need to back up a few years prior to that. I tried to dabble in support work, but the situation that I was in support work, I just wasn't ready for it. I just wasn't ready for it. I enjoyed it, but the company that I worked for, I just wasn't ready for it. And the situations that I experienced in support work, they were pretty messed up. And I didn't realize it at the time, but they were. It was crazy. Anyway, tried retail again. Then I tried some other warehouse jobs. Again, especially this one warehouse job that I had. It was in air conditioning. That was cool. It was really, really good paying job. Like really good paying job, which was also another bonus. But the boss, and again, you're going to be like, wait, what? Seriously? I know. Just brace yourself. The boss hated people talking. Yeah. I know. He hated people talking. He hated it so bad. He would literally come up to you and just because that's who he was as a person. It was, hard work and, wow, I don't even like talking about that. Just thinking about that makes me go, cringe. Anyway, yeah, he hated people talking. Man alive, he hated people talking. So, one day, that was actually through an employment agency. Again, it was through an employment agency. And one day, I got the call from that employment agency. And they just said, hey man, we got the email and your name was on the email. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, they're letting you go. And I was there for, I don't know how long it was, but it felt like a really long time. It might not have been, but it felt like a really long time. Anyway, so they let me go. I was like, oh crap. I'm like, well, what else have you got for me? And they put me into this a postal job, another warehousing job, but it was a postal warehousing job. And what they got me to do in that job was literally, and man alive, I'll tell you this before I tell you that. I walked out. I literally walked out. It was the most pathetic job I've ever experienced in my life, ever. I've never in my life, ever in my entire career, never ever walked off site, ever. I've always had the grace and the humility to even say, look, this isn't for me, and I didn't even do that. I just walked off. I just drove home and I left. There was no way I was staying the night there. No way. Oh my gosh, that job was buckets loads of ridiculousness. Anyway, so the mail came down on a conveyor belt and we had to sort it out, and I had no idea where it was going, and it was coming down on a conveyor belt, and I literally didn't realize that by literally several hours into the night, and I was doing I forget what it was, the hour shift I was doing, but if you were doing more than that, you get a break, and I didn't get a break, and wow, oh, what a bad job. Anyway, so I was literally, putting things around me and stacking them up and stuff, and then I realized after a period of time where I was putting stuff was way too close to me, because stuff was coming and it was coming fast, and we had to organize this stuff. It was mayhem. It was ridiculous for what it was paying. Pathetic, just pathetic, absolutely ridiculous. I can't remember where I worked after that. I can't remember, but I was unemployed for a while. Yeah, for a stint of time. I don't remember how long it was. I feel like it was a year, but no, that could be too long. Anyway, I was unemployed for a fair while. My wife and I, we went, this was our second trip, I think it was, to America. And then we had just come back from America and we went to study over there. So we came back to Australia and we were living in where we live now. And her teacher aide said to her, hey, there's a job going being a support worker for people who have disabilities. And I'm just like, sign me up. I don't care. I just need a job, whatever. 6 years later, not a day has gone by where I've never been more happy. Ever. This is literally my dream job. Not because of what I do, but it's because of the opportunities that I have had in this job. One thing I'll say, the money's not great, and I'm not in it for the money. But what I do now for a living, I love it so much. I'm so happy. I never wake up now. There's been a few times that I've had clients and we just didn't work, we just didn't connect, and so I've had to say goodbye to them and move on. But there's so many clients that I've got, and my journey to where I am now, I've never ever been more happy in my life. To the point now where I honestly, if I would do any other career choice, it would probably be nursing or something like that, because again, you're working with people and you're helping people. I believe that helping other people is so fulfilling, especially with people that can't help themselves. Where I am now in my career, in my life, I've been married for 9 years, happiest I've ever been in my life. Being married was the best decision I ever made in my entire life, because my wife is the best thing that's ever happened to me. There's people that can't even say that. There's married men that can't even say that, and I can. My wife is the best thing that has ever ever happened to me. Hands down. Seriously. And this career that I'm in now, this is not a career, it's a job, but it is the most fulfilling job ever. It really, genuinely, authentically is so satisfying. I literally can't even begin to express, I really can't express the joy this job brings me where I have been in my life, warehousing, retail. Some people are designed for that. I mean, they really are. Some people just have that thing where it just fits, it just works. But supporting people on an everyday basis, getting them out of where they are, out of their boredom lifestyles into community experiences, and just interacting with people. And this is something that my wife and I do not have in common in any way, shape, or form at all. I can walk up to a total stranger and make conversation like that. I've always been able to do that my whole life. My wife cannot think of anything more cringeworthy than that at all. Her gut just, she's told me this several times, her gut just like twists and churns and just like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. But I love it. I could walk up to, like, especially when it comes to paying for something, I can literally walk up to someone and just strike a conversation and just blah, 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 blah. Very few times in my life when I'm not feeling well, I just can't do that, because the way I feel and think is if I can't give you my 100%, like for real 100%, I just don't. I just can't. I think in my mind the way I think, I just can't give you my time of day. I don't want to, and I'll tell you straight up, like, man, I'm not feeling well. Hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm really sorry, but I'm not good today. But other than that, communicating with people, and that's why I do movie reviews, guys. Movie reviews. I love sharing my opinion. I love sharing my heart, my views. Some movies are amazing. Some movies are downright just ridiculously pathetic. But communicating with people. I've never done public speaking before, and I know this is kind of a form of public speaking, but I have, but not to the point where, I've got a massive thousands and thousands of people. In fact, something that I wish that I could do on my channel, but I don't want to go there because I don't want to get striked on it, and I don't know how to do it. And if you do know how to do this, please leave it in the comment section below. The other thing that I'm really amazing at, is dancing. I am an incredible dancer. I'm not a good singer, but I'm an amazing dancer. And no, I'm not tooting my own horn. I just have a really, really passionate, powerful gift in dancing, mainly hip hop dancing. I love it. I'm good at it. It's so fun to me. But the reason why I've never been able to do it is because, like, I've read the stuff on YouTube, and using a song for YouTube, apparently you get strike for it, and you can get in a lot of trouble, and you can get, I don't know, check your I don't know, I don't really know. I probably should look into that one day. But if I could, I would do dancing. Yeah, I would just dance. I literally would. I'd just put music on and just tear it up and just drop, for my next song, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to do that. But again, I don't want to get into the legalities of it, and I just leave it alone. And so that's why I haven't done it. I did it on Facebook a little while ago, and I just wanted to do it. And so Facebook came up with a thing saying that it'll be put on Facebook, but it'll be muted. And for some reason it never got muted, so I don't know what happened there. That was really weird. I'm like, yeah, muted then, that's fine. Same as YouTube. I've got a couple of clips on there, and I was like, yeah, we'll upload this muted. I'm like, then mute it. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Mute it. Like, fine. They'll still be able to see what I'm doing. Anyway. So, the moral of the story, guys, you're gonna do stuff in life that you don't realize you're not good at until you find what you really love and what you're really good at. Then when you find that, I promise you, when you wake up and put your clothes on in the morning, some days you'll find you might not like where you're at, but most days will be so happy. You will find so much happiness. So much happiness. Happiness is not a destination. So, right now, delete that mentality. Happiness is not a destination. It's a journey. It really is a journey. It took me a long time to find my true happiness, but now I am where I am. It's amazing. Guys, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you first and foremost, from the bottom of my heart, for watching this review. It's not even a review, my journey. I'm so used to saying reviews, that's funny. I'm so used to doing reviews, this isn't a review. I guess I'm reviewing me. I'm reviewing my journey. But my journey. Thanks for listening. I really value it. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, subscribe to my channel and you'll see my passion. You will. It is what it is. I just share my passion. I share who I am, and I'm honest. I never swear because I just don't see the necessity in it, because one day I know that my children are going to watch this, and I just don't see the point in it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I just don't see the point in it. But at the end of the day, I love people. I really value every one of my subscribers. I really, really value it so much. Seriously, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. It humbles me so much, so much, that you've taken the time, your time out to watch me. It's so incredible, and I value it so much, honestly. If you haven't already, subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. That way when I drop something, you get it straight away. You're amazing. If you appreciate this, my journey, and what your thoughts are, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And leave a like if you like my journey. Please let me know, where's your journey? Where are you at in your journey? I'd love to hear from it. Seriously, it really would warm my heart to see where you're at. It'd be amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time out and watching me talk about my journey. I really value your time. I genuinely do. Don't forget who's bringing this movie review to you. This is Superman Steve. Fuck!